Now, we are so excited to welcome my first guest. I think we can actually hear him coming into the building right now. Yes, that sounds like him, folks. He's making his way into reception. He's coming up the dressing room corridor. He's now backstage. It is Lord of the Dance. It is Lord of Hollywood. And tonight, it's the Lord of the Late Late. Would you please put your hands and your feet together and welcome the legend that is Mr. Michael Flatley!
Kid.
Thank you. Wow. It's so you're giving absolution there, and you've given me some holy water. I see.
Yes.
This is Flatley whiskey.
Yes, so it is. Yes, and I tried to call it Jameson, but they wouldn't let me. I did bring one for everyone in the audience.
It sounds like they've already drunk it, Michael.
We were told that I wasn't allowed to do that on TV, so don't worry, Patrick. Patrick and I drank it all before we got out here, so it won't go to waste.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, mate. Thanks a million. And Patrick, congratulations on this wonderful success. We're delighted to have you, and it's an honor to be on your show.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you. I want to take you back to a moment that changed this country. It changed dancing. It changed Eurovision. It was a night in April back in 1994. It was a seminal moment for this island. What's your memories of that night?
I don't know, it's fabulous feeling. There was just something in the air that night, and I was so blessed and honored to have a chance to make my dream come true, Patrick, and finally get to create the dance I always wanted to dance. And I was blessed to have a beautiful dance partner in Jean Butler, and Bill Whelan, the most gifted composer, with some fabulous music. But for me, the dance troupe, they were all champion dancers that were there with me, side by side with me, and they stood by me. They believed in me when very few others did. I love them all. I loved them then, and I still love them now. Nobody will ever know how hard we worked for that moment. I suppose it's easy when you look back at it, you think, you know, gee, that was great. But the amount of hours of hard work and drilling and practice and work that it took to get to that level, and those dancers were willing, they were hungry for it. You know, I remember one time being in the studio, and I was teaching them some new steps, and these are champion dancers, and I'd make them dance in 3 lines, and I would dance at the front, and I'd always say back line to the front, so that they'd come, and I would dance in front every time. So I would be dancing for everyone, but they just come and dance and take their break. And one day it changed. They danced every time, even though they were in the 3 lines. That shows you the mark of a champion. If there's any young people watching at home, don't be afraid of hard work. It's the greatest thing you could ever do. If you have a dream and you believe in yourself and you're willing to work for it, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. 30 years later, we're still talking about this because of that wonderful troupe of dancers. I love them all.
And we're talking about it because it... And we're talking about it because of the 2 things you're talking about, talent and hard work, and when you put them together, it looks like this.
That's...
I know your mum was in the audience that night.
She was.
And what a big deal that was to come from Chicago in the 60s where Irish dancing wasn't cool.
Yeah.
To get to that moment and for her to see that.
Yeah, that's very true, Patrick. God rest her soul. My father was in construction, and my brother and I worked beside him, digging foundations and swinging sledgehammers, and my whole
There
dream.
you are.
Ah, yeah, God bless them. I followed my dream, though. Every time, no matter where I was in the ditch, but I was creating those steps that you just saw. I never gave up on that dream. And I honestly encourage everybody, all of you in this audience have a dream. I know you do. You might have put it on a shelf for a minute, but you can never give up on that dream, especially for young people, especially for children. I walked off the stage. Incidentally, I must also say, even before I went out, I can't remember all the names of the people, but they were so nice to me here at RTE. They were with us through the rehearsals and through the preparation, and they were so supportive at the time that, I can't explain when you feel that good. And having worked so hard, Patrick, it was like a loaded slingshot. I couldn't wait to come flying out on that stage. And afterwards, after that roar, we came walking down this corridor to, I guess, what was the green room, and my mother was there crying. I can't explain to you, but my mother is very sort of composed, and you would never see her reacting like that. But the fact that she was there on that night, that meant the world to me, that she finally realized what I had worked so hard for all these years, to do. It was a dream come true.
And also what they had given up for you guys to have those chances.
Oh, Patrick, there's no way to describe it. My parents moved to the United States in 1947 with nothing, just a belief in themselves. They never took a penny from the US government. We were taught to work 7 days like them. My father was my hero, this big, strong Sligo man, and my mother was from Carlow, and they gave up their whole lives for us and for the things that I dream to do in my life. I see life like a relay race. My father worked so hard to give me a head start in my life. My job now, Patrick, take that baton and run as fast as I can to give my son the head start. And I'll be damned if I'm going to drop that baton. Not on my watch. My son is my everything. There he is. I'm crazy about him. I must also just say, if you don't mind, I'm in town to launch this Flatley whiskey. And yeah, I know. But let me say, while I'm delighted and honored that there's a whiskey named after me, it's not really named after me. This is a family business. I'm not a celebrity who signed on to a brand. I own this company. I started it from scratch. That whiskey is named after my father and my father's father and his father. And it'll be passed on to my son, and please God, to my son's sons. That's what this is about.
It's just sitting here tonight, listening to you, there's just a drive and there's an energy and there's that belief that there's no obstacle that you can't overcome. And I know that recently, you've had a big personal challenge and you've come through the other side of that and you're looking well. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel terrific. But I think having a positive mental attitude always helps. I'm not going to lie, it wasn't easy. Getting the news was tough. When you have cancer, it's not an easy thing to take in. And I'm very blessed. I'm married to the greatest girl in the world who looks after me and believes in me and stood beside me. And going through the whole ordeal was, I suppose, I prepared myself for it, but I really wasn't 100% prepared when the time came. It was all fine till I got on the trolley, and then the two nurses went to get the anesthesia. And when you're lying on that gurney in the hallway, in that freezing cold hallway, staring up at that white ceiling, you quickly realize you came into this world on your own and you leave on your own. And I started to think to myself really quickly, have I done enough? Have I done enough? Have I given enough of myself? Have I helped enough people? I'm always saying, follow your dream. Did I do enough things myself? Did I go after everything that I said I would? I won my world title, I won my flute title, I created Riverdance, I created Lord of the Dance. Incidentally, I have to say hi to all my dancers. Lord of the Dance, they're finishing in Germany tonight, a sold-out tour, and they're watching, so I love you all, and I'm proud of you all, and bless you all.
You're talking there about the stuff that, have you done enough? In a moment like that, you're also thinking about your family as well.
Oh, it's everything, Patrick. It's everything. I mean, there comes that second, and I'd imagine everybody is the same, and maybe there's a lot braver people than I. But what if I didn't come out? And, I felt confident, and our surgeon was great, but, well, there's a chance that I won't come out of this. And then I started thinking about my wife and son. I can't explain the love that I have for my family. I can't explain the love I have for Ireland and the Irish people. I can't explain the love I have for life and those things. And it really hits me how blessed I have been that what God has given me, and it's come full circle. Even this whiskey, we're launching it at the Mansion House in Dublin, where I won my world championship back in 1975. Can you believe it? So, but we're coming full circle now, and we're so blessed. I can see Noel Sweeney here. He's the master blender for Flatley whiskey. He was a legend man who's helped me.
When you come through the other side of that, does your attitude change? Looking forward to what's coming down the tracks?
Patrick, I've always been a go-getter. There's this American word, pastime. I could never understand that. What does pastime mean? There's not enough time. There's not enough time. I mean, just this year now, I've finished a Christmas dance show that I want to put out. There's a documentary coming out from Fine Point Film, some lads, friends of yours up north, great lads, and the whiskey, which I'm so excited about. There's so many things that you want to do. So for me, many things in the pipeline that I have to focus on, and we need to focus on, and keeping the dance troops going, keeping everything going, keep the balls in the air, and all those kinds of things.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
One of the first acts who gave you a break, and I know you're very fond of, is the Chieftains. And we've a little treat for you and a little treat for you guys. Even just saying these words puts a massive smile on my face. Would you please welcome to the Late Late Show, Matt Molloy. Matt Molloy. Now, I know you and this man go way back. I mean, this is a long, long friendship.
Quite a way, yeah.
40 years.
Yeah.
A bit more. A bit more, yeah. We've been around the world together. We played in every big venue, in every city you could possibly name. We were best mates from the beginning. And all those years ago when I met Matt Molloy, he was the greatest flute player in the world.
Yeah,
and
right.
he still is the greatest flute player in the world. Yeah.
Matt, the Chieftains, when you look at what the Chieftains have done, and they've just put Ireland on the map and took the world by storm, what was it like knowing this kid and actually seeing him do the exact same thing?
Well, I think he did it to a far greater degree. But I knew him from the Bothy Band. I played with the Bothy Band. And Mike's dad ran shows in Chicago. And invited the Bothy Band over, and that's where I met Mike first, about 18 or 19.
That's right, yeah, exactly.
And I think you were driving a
Corvette Stingray.
Corvette Stingray. Nice one.
Yeah, 1968. I love my car. I'm from Chicago. I love my cars.
There you go.
Yeah.
So when it came to the Chieftains thing, Paddy suggested that maybe we should have an Irish dancer on the show to enhance the show, and there was a few names talked about, but Mike was always to the fore, of course. And I was delighted too, because I'd known him for so long before that anyway. So, yeah.
A match made in heaven.
It really was.
Yeah,
it was
great
brilliant.
fun.
Yeah.
We actually have a wee clip of you guys, the early years. We dug this up, and I mean, I couldn't stop smiling when I saw this. This is young Michael with the Chieftains.
Patrick, that was in the early days. And it was sort of the hands by the side and tight ass dancing, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And
Thank you, Matt.
I think Mike got a bit bored with that.
Yeah.
And he came to us and he talked about that he had ideas and experimental stuff that he wanted to try out. And we gave him the green light, of course, and he came up with some incredible routines.
Some incredible moves.
Yes, and once he started that, then every time he went on stage, or after he finished his set, he got a standing ovation. And it made it very difficult for us. And that was every night. So,
And every night since. And every night since.
Indeed, absolutely, yeah.
I'm blessed, though, so blessed, Patrick, that they gave me the opportunity to be able to be free and dance free. I'm so blessed. There should be a statue in Dublin somewhere, or in Ireland somewhere, of the Chieftains.
Well, look, we'll get that job done. That's our homework to sort out. In the meantime, we can't let two legends like yourselves sit here and not give us something here. You've got the weapons with you here.
We do.
You're going to
We're
give us
set to
a
go.
tune. Yeah? Okay, here we go. Locked and loaded. Give it up for Michael and Matt.
Thank you, thank you. Here we go.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you very much.
Matt Molloy, Michael Flatley.